Welcome back to ESL Universe and the second part of our short series on silent letters. If you remember from last week, silent letters are present in about 60% of English words, so they are really important to understand for both speaking and writing. As we discussed last week in our video, there are two kinds of silent letters, auxiliary and dummy silent letters. We've already discussed auxiliary silent letters, so today we will focus on dummy silent letters, or true silent letters. These dummy silent letters are letters which are simply not pronounced at all, yet for some reason they are often present in written English. Often, silent letters exist because of changes that have happened in the English language over time. For example, the combination of KN, which we simply pronounce as N today, used to have the K pronounced as well. However, as spoken English changed to eliminate the K pronunciation, the written language did not change to match. Dummy letters can be found for a couple of reasons, and we have given names to these reasons to help us identify why we are seeing a silent letter. We can categorize these into inert letters and empty letters. If a letter is inert, it means that the letter is silent in a base form of a word, but it becomes pronounced when the word is turned into a longer version. For example, the G is silent in the word resign. However, we hear the G in the longer word resignation. If the letter is empty, it means that it is simply silent and does not change based on the word form. They have no function, unlike the other kinds of silent letters that we have already discussed. For this reason, empty letters tend to be more difficult to remember and predict for English language learners because they don't necessarily have rules. They just are, and you need to memorize them. With that being said, there are some patterns that we see with silent letters overall, and these may be helpful to you as you learn English. For simplicity's sake, let's go through these rules in alphabetical order. Please keep in mind that not all silent letters fall into one of these patterns, but this is a good start to get silent letters right in many situations. As we do this, we will be focusing on the functionality of the letters rather than on what kind of silent letter it is. Starting with A. When the word ends with the suffix "cali," the A tends to be silent. So instead of saying "cali," we actually say "cli." For example, musically or logically. B. The letter B is silent when we see the combinations MB and BT in the same syllable. For example, comb, thumb, or debt. Typically, you will only see these at the end of a word, but it's possible to see them elsewhere. C. C is silent after S, as well as before I, E, or Y, as in science or indict. When it is paired with a K or Q, it is also silent, with only the K sound being heard, as in acquire or black. D. The letter D is silent when we see it in combination with J or G. For example, adjective, bridge, or edge. However, it is also silent in some other words such as sandwich or Wednesday. E. We have talked several times already about the bossy E rule, and we notice it again here with silent letters. Since E changes the previous vowel to be a long vowel sound, it is silent at the end of words. G. G is silent when we see it come before M or N in the same syllable. For example, phlegm, gnome, or foreign, as well as in the combination of GH, as in light or high. H. H is always silent when it comes at the end of a word, as in O, and when it comes after W, C, G, and R, in words like spaghetti, rhinoceros, what, and choir. It is also often silent at the beginning of words, such as hour or honest. K. K is always silent when it comes at the beginning of a word that starts with KN. For example, knowledge, knit, or knee. L. L is not pronounced after the vowels A, O, and U in many words. For example, calf, talk, should, and half. N. We don't pronounce the N sound when it comes after M at the end of a word, as in autumn or column. P. P is not pronounced when it comes before S, T, or N in the same syllable, as in pseudo, receipt, or psychology. S. S is sometimes silent when it comes before L or when it comes at the end of words. We notice these patterns in words like isle, island, and debris. U. U is not pronounced when it comes after G and before a vowel, as in guess, guitar, and tongue. W. W is not pronounced at the beginning of words when paired with an R. For example, rap, wrong, and right. Finally, the combination GH is silent when it comes after a vowel in the middle and at the end of words, such as dough or through. Also, after an I, it makes the I a long vowel sound while not being pronounced, as in light or right. Keep in mind that there are definitely other words that use silent letters, and some of the other letters in the alphabet that we didn't mention are also used as silent letters, such as the letter T at the end of words like ballet. However, these patterns give you a strong starting point for you to identify and pronounce words with silent letters in English. Do you have any questions about silent letters? Feel free to drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you next week on ESL Universe.